Alright, it's State of Runeterra time. We're in the next region, or faction, however you want to look at it, in Runeterra that non champions could be played or turned into playable champion cards. I don't think Freljord's quite in that place yet because it still has 4 champions to go. And I think everybody would be okay with that in general, minus Grokkus. Nobody wants to play something like that. Nobody wants to deal with that. I don't think. Maybe I'm in the minority on that because I would be okay with Nunu. I would be okay with Volibear. Probably pretty more hyped than I was for Udyr. And I definitely want Olaf to be number one since that's the most played League of Legends champion I have. But since I want it, I know that's probably the game will die before that happens, I assume. So I think the problem that this faction has is that it doesn't have any name people you give a damn about except for Revna. Like, Revna's the only one that we played and liked. You know what I mean? There's a lot of, like, name cards, these things, but they don't have names, you know? If they wanted to do something like that, that would be neat, but I think everything is more based off a name, like a legendary unit, and a lot of the legendary units weren't played. Like, Uzgar, nah, nobody really played that guy. Not that he's good or bad, it's just regenerates it's not as viable as it looks on paper. It's always just a little disappointing. Tusk Raider, me say they endure. I don't think anybody's excited to deal with that again. In that, especially since NASA's just replaced him and made, a different archetype with the same stuff, and hopefully hopefully in the card that got him off rotating does it. I don't really want to play that style that we've already played again. I would say Revna is probably like number one stunner in this non League of Legends champion category by a lot because we've all played her. We enjoy her. We enjoy the idea of her. Scar Mothers, all right. I don't think I played her. I played her a lot when it was pseudo possible to do it on the Scar grounds, but that just doesn't seem to be powerful enough to matter anymore. I do have an outlier, and it is not this guy. I do like trolls, but the trolls are kind of been lackluster. Same with the 6-cost troll was kind of auger. I mean, the Behold just didn't really hit like it should, and maybe like the only one other could be like Chief Nagatok or something like that, because there's not really a lot more named people in this, especially lower. Like, it's all just random guy this, caster here. They don't even like they're chump blockers is how a lot of them are written. So I would say that probably the one that I think we would all want is probably like a Heart of the Fluffkit deck or King Poro something, because he was in the Ruin King, and that would be good. Like, make a Poro King. I think that would work out swell. And, we want to play Poros. It just hasn't worked out that well most of the time, because you were hunting for the elusive Poro most of the time or something like that to, make the deck work. And that even got nerfed, even though one mana is pretty irrelevant in the scheme of things, but it being 0 was much better at a point in time. So that would be my thoughts on this. I think A sneaky one that could also come in would be Silas, for sure. But I think they're going to probably try to stick with Nunu or Volibear, and probably Olaf third, if I had to guess. Just because I want Olaf, and, I haven't gotten ever. I've gotten few champions I've actually played in Runeterra so far. Uh, like the exclusion of maybe like Vi. I've played some Udyr, but it's just not fun. Maybe Ashe as my ADC. I still haven't seen a Blitzcrank or Yorick or a lot of the things that I enjoy playing. Not that I'm against the champions they've brought out or what they're doing. It's just I've come to not ever expect anything from this game for me and my personal play style in the other game, from the other game. So I'm assuming it's going to be a Poro King deck if we ever go non-champion, but I do believe Nunu will probably be first. Because he has a game coming out, and it will probably, I would assume, cross-platform in some way if they were smart enough to take advantage to do that, because I think that would be pretty great. Because nobody's against playing Nunu. I just don't like. I would love to see Snowball or something bring back an ARAM synergy in some form with feeding the Poros or something, or just big snowballs. Make pretty much Freljord have some sort of caster snowball system or something would be quite interesting with that, since we just saw the coins and everything. Maybe they would have their own type of fun stuff that way. Anyway, these are my thoughts. If you have any ideas on who you think non-playable champions would be, or someone else, or maybe even in the lore that is not fully yet in Runeterra, give us a holler and leave a comment. Thank you.